What's the first step when people go, just tell me the steps? I'm telling you the steps right now, you freaking knuckleheads. What's step number 1? You start with a buyer. Okay, so here, think about this. You have no camera equipment, and you have this girl come to you and go, hey, I'm getting married in 3 weeks. Will you do my shoot? That's your customer, right? Okay. You don't have a camera though, so you got to go rent equipment. You can rent equipment at like Tempe Camera, right? Can you do that? Okay. You would want to go to your bride and ask her about the wedding. Where is it going to be? Is it outside, inside? What time? Am I going to mic people up? Why? Because you want to figure out what the heck they need. Make sense? I got to go to Tempe Camera and get a whole rental list. Following me? Would it make sense for me to go to Tempe Camera and start renting a bunch of random shit if I haven't asked my buyer, my customer, what they want? Doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, so when you're like, I'm gonna go find a deal, my question is, for who? So step number 1 is identifying your buyer. Who's your buyer? Step number 2, stick with one buyer. Okay? This is where everybody screws up. They start with trying to find deals. Like, where do I find a deal? You don't. You start with your buyer and you understand what they want. Then what do is you go to the free Creative Finance with Pace Morby Facebook group and you find SubTo wholesalers. How do you do that? It's really simple. You type in the word Arizona and you see everybody that's ever posted an Arizona deal. It's literally that easy. And you reach out to all of them and go, I have a buyer, send me all your inventory. Why SubTo though? Why do I have to go through SubTo? You're just promoting SubTo Pace, that's all you're doing. Why do I say only go through SubTo students? If they ever screw you, I will burn them from our community, and that's the scariest thing for them. They will get burned so fast. It's strong and it's protected by me. So if somebody says, your student screwed me over, I call the student personally. I'm like, did you screw this person over? Well, Pace, did you screw this person over? Yes, I did. Okay, you're out of SubTo. Let me ask you a question. You have a daughter, right? Okay, she's old. When she gets older, let me ask you a question, father. Do you want her to marry a man who is honorable, he's never cheated, he's never lied to anybody? Or a man who's done all of those things that signs a contract saying he'll never do them again? The guy who's never done them doesn't sign a contract and doesn't promise he'll never do them again. Which one would you rather have your daughter marry?
Honestly,
the first guy. Because what do you need a contract or paperwork for when you've proven your whole life that you have a good reputation, you would never burn somebody?
Your credit score is good.
Yeah, your social credit score is good, right? So when people come to me and they go, are we going to do a contract? I'm like, you really need me to do a contract with you? Like, if I burn somebody, don't you think it would find its way on the internet in 2 seconds? I've been, if anything, I've been overly generous with who I do business with. Do you need a contract with me? If you do, don't do business with me, okay? So the reason why I tell people, go do business with people in SubTo in the free Facebook group, well, Pace, there's 165,000 people in that free Facebook group and there's only 16,000 students. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to be in SubTo, you watch all my free shit. So go to my free Facebook group and filter through 140,000 people to find the people that are in your local area that are in SubTo. You could just join SubTo and make your life easy. But you don't want to do that because your mom told you mentorships are scams, whatever, right? So I give you the free resource. So go through the free Facebook group and type in Arizona. Anybody that has now posted an Arizona deal, you want to reach out to them and go, hey, my name's Trevon. I have a buyer. I'm looking to buy deals from SubTo members. Can you send me your inventory so I can show my buyer? Are you telling them that you're the buyer? Are you telling them you're going to buy the deal? Never. You are very transparent. You're telling them, I have a buyer. I'm going to take your address and your price and I'm going to send it to them. And my buyer is going to say yes or no. That is literally the easiest shit on the planet. If you can't do that, somebody needs to kick you in the shin really, really hard. Now, is it scalable? No. Can you go and do big deals at 50,000 and Can you go buy rentals and all that stuff? Yeah, technically I could do a 20-hour class on bird dogging, but the first thing with bird dogging is go get your first deal, and then you start learning way more about the business. While you learn, you're earning. What most people should do is just, they're watching this training right now. Yes, you can start out doing bird dogs, and then at some point you go, oh, I already know everybody that's doing deals. I know all the SubTo members that are in the living rooms getting these contracts. I now can just start buying some myself to flip them. I can buy some myself and hold them, right? So can you upgrade through being a bird dog to do some of the bigger stuff? Of course, because you've used being a bird dog to develop relationships with the direct to seller or direct to agent wholesalers. Does that make sense? Go do the work, open the gosh damn phone, go to the Facebook group, type in Arizona, anybody that's posted an Arizona deal, you reach out to them on Messenger, start a conversation. Hey, my name is Trevon. I have a solid buyer. I'm just looking for deals for this buyer. Can you send me any inventory you ever get? So now what you're gonna do is, as you build these relationships, you're gonna have a list of them. And every week on Friday, Thursday, I don't care what day, whatever day makes sense for you, Sunday, you're gonna send a text to everybody that's supposed to send you inventory and go, what do you have for me to look at this week? And just stay on top of them. That's literally it. And what people will do is go, no, there's something I'm missing. No. Yeah, you are. Commitment to just do the easiest thing on the planet. So I have a student, her name's Sadie Clevin, in the community. She sends me a $900,000 buyer, or a $900,000 loan. She got paid $9,000 for bringing a loan to me that she didn't fund. I funded it. And we paid her $9,000. So can you bird dog money? Do you have to have money? Okay, so this whole thing of like, I need MLS and I need to be licensed is the most bullshit thing on the planet, right? Being an agent is a death wish. Like all these girls that you know that are doing ML or agent work, are they happy with their job?
They're not making no money.
They're not making any money.
It's just a show.
It's just a show. It's stupid. So, did you know that 71% of real estate agents last year did not sell one house? So what percent of bird doggers will not get a deal? Maybe 10% of them will not do their first deal because they refuse to do the work. They will go, there's no way it's this simple. So why is bird dogging so helpful? I mean, I could go on for 5 hours about it, but I don't want to teach people how to bird dog. I want people to bird dog 3 or 4 deals and then never bird dog again, because you should be upgrading to like the next phase. I got a lot of people bird dog a couple deals, and then they go, I'm gonna go bird dog an RV park for you, and they get paid $60,000. Why do they go into RV parks? Because they're like, that's the path I wanna go. Now, new people have a hard time with that. Why? Because the human brain hates one thing and one thing more than anything: uncertainty. Human beings hate uncertainty. Entrepreneurs are addicted to it. I don't create uncertainty in my life. I go, okay, there's my target. I'm gonna move forward as fast as I possibly can, and I know I'm gonna have to deviate and find problems and issues, and I'm ultimately gonna hit my goal. People that come from like a 9-to-5 mentality, which is not you, because you have run your own business, you understand what it's like to go shoot and take on clients as a 1099. People that have a 9-to-5 are like, just tell me what to do. It's like, really? Is that why you want to be an entrepreneur? So another person can tell you what to do? At some point, you got to figure out what you like. How do you do? Now that's the next question. So the question isn't, where should I go next? The question is, have you communicated with enough people in this community to understand what personalities end up finding their way into certain types of asset classes? Okay? The multifamily people are wearing collared shirts. Truly. The wholesalers are wearing Crocs and holes in their t-shirts. Truly, it's a different demographic of people. And it's interesting to watch how people migrate into the certain parts of our community of like, I want to go do data centers. I want to go build hotels. I want to go build restaurants, right? These are all pathways in the SubTo community, and you can bird dog for those people as well, right? So I say bird dog on single family transactions. Why? Well, Pace, I don't want to do single family long term. I want to get into RV parks. Perfect. Do 3 or 4 single family bird dog deals, because more transactions, they cancel way less often. Deals cancel all the time. But why? They cancel because you got surveys and environmental issues and title issues and all sorts. The larger the asset, the more problems you have during the transaction. Okay? The smaller the asset, like what could ever go wrong with that little Tempe deal?
Very little.
Like almost nothing.
Yeah.
So if I'm brand new, people are like, well, I haven't taken step 1, so tell me step 7. No, do step 1, and here's what will happen. You will meet 5 people in the process. You'll get your first check. Your paradigm will change. And so when you go to a meetup, do you see some pretty badass people?
Yeah.
Like you golden ticket?
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, these people are doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine being a newbie in that room. Does that help you understand which way to go now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer to you is get in the room with my Owners Club members. They're doing shit. Make it to the room. If you don't have a ticket to the room, serve the water. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take out the trash. Okay? Get in the room with the quality people. People that have a broken person's mindset, they come from a poor background, they don't believe in that stuff. They think, oh, no, you're gatekeeping. No. Do you think do high quality people want to hang out with low quality people?
No.
Right. Thoroughbreds don't want to hang out with jackasses or donkeys. Okay? And donkeys feel uncomfortable around thoroughbreds. Oh, imposter syndrome. Oh, no, I'm nothing. I'm not that cool. What value do I provide? Okay, great. That you've already lost. Right? So, get in the room is the answer. People don't want to hear that right now. But the first thing that you want to do is you make a goal. And you go, okay, I'm going to go get 10 wholesalers in the Facebook group. And I'm going to go get 1 buyer. Well, how do I find a buyer? Because Trevon, you have me as a buyer. It's pretty easy cheat code, right?
Right.
Because you know me, I'm in front of you.
Right.
Well, there's 16,600 paces in the SubTo community, but I have a list of the top 550. That's called Owners Club. So I just give that list to people. People go to directly to the Owners Club members because Owners Club is all over the country. So somebody in the free Facebook group, they want to go bird dog for somebody, they should bird dog for this is weird. People are like, wait, you're telling me to find my inventory from SubTo wholesalers and then sell the deal to a SubTo member as well? Yeah, there are people in our community that are doing everything, right? I want to be part of something that everybody in the room is doing something different, that I can take their resources and their relationships when I need them. I don't want to be in a room full of people that literally have the same desires, the same skill sets, and the same resources that I have. I want to be in a room full of people who have opposites of me, right? You ever gone to a buffet, all you can eat buffet with everybody, and then literally everybody at your table gets the exact plate set up the exact same way? No. You look around, everybody's got some different thing, but we're all in the same place. We're just choosing to eat in a different way.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
That's like SubTo.
That's it.
Okay? And somebody goes, I look over at somebody else's plate. You ever go to all you can eat and you see somebody else, you're like, damn, where'd you get that? I didn't see that shit. Where'd you get that RV park? I didn't know we could do that. Oh, I got it here. Do you want here?
Let's talk about it.
This is exactly what SubTo's like. I want to collaborate with people that are doing different things than me. That's what I built. And when you and I travel around and you see me speak on stage, people will crowd around in the hallway to talk to me because I can answer any question about every asset type. Why? Because creative finance, which is what I teach, bird dogging is also creative finance. Think about that. I'm creatively making $5,000 with no money. I have no money, no software, no cell phone, no nothing. That is super creative. Are there websites that somebody that's a bride could just go, I need a videographer, and there's a website that has a listing of all the videographers on it?
Sure.
Okay, does that website actually, are they the bride?
No.
Is that website the videographer?
No.
They're putting 2 people together, right?
Right.
Cool.
Bird dog.
Bird dog. It is literally like this in every single business. Every single business. Even like, look at framing, okay? I remember as a contractor, you look at this neighborhood being built right here. If somebody calls me and goes, hey, I need you to frame a 50 home community, what's my answer? I'm super busy. I'm like overwhelmed. I can barely even catch breath. What do I say? You can say, I know somebody who can handle it. Absolutely, I'll make it happen. And then you go find another framer and you make some money on top. Okay? One of the best deals I've ever done was where I did my first creative finance deal was in construction. like 16 years ago, I get a call from a guy named Scott off one of my Craigslist ads because I was like promoting my painting company. And Scott says, hey, I need somebody who can paint 15 houses a week. And I go, oh, dude, I can't do that. And Scott says to me, Scott Bigelow, shout out to Scott Bigelow. He says, are you in business to say no? Are you in business to say yes? I'm like, oh, shit. He goes, if I were you, somebody just called you, Pace, and asked if you could paint 15 houses a week. The answer is yes, I'll figure it out. I'm like, oh, thank you, Daddy. I hang up, and I'm sitting there in the paint store when this happened. So I'm at Dunn Edwards, which I don't know if you know what Dunn Edwards is.
Yeah.
A paint company here in Arizona. They're in California too, but. So I'm at the paint store, and I go, damn. I go, who's your guys' painter that buys the most paint? They go, oh, Luxor Paint, Tom. Call Tom. So I go, hey, Tom. My name's Pace. I tell him to call. And I go, if you want, I'll just give you the relationship for like $2,500. He's like, hey, dude, can I teach you how to become a millionaire? I'm like, sure. And he goes, why would you give me this for $2,500 when he goes, I would happily pay you $400 every single house as long as this contract is in going. I painted none of those houses. I got paid $400 per house times 15 for 4 years in a row. So let's do the math on that. 15 times $400. That is $6,000 a week. That's $24,000 a month for 4 years. Welcome to bird dogging. It happens everywhere in every industry. The problem, and it happens in people's 9-to-5 jobs all the time. Okay? They just don't know it because they're at their desk in their cubicle doing their little thing all day long, but they don't realize their company's even doing bird dogging or is on the opening or one of the ends of a bird dog transaction. Every single industry. Okay? Golf cart company. Okay, there's a guy selling a golf cart company right there, right? He's got a bunch of golf carts for sale. Somebody calls him up and says, hey, I need a 12-passenger golf cart that's like a party golf cart, and that guy doesn't sell them. He could easily go, sorry, we don't have any of those.
Right.
Or he could say, okay, I can find one for you. I know a bunch of people. Do you mind if I find one for you? And he could go out and source a deal, mark it up a couple grand and sell it to that person, correct?
Right.
Is there any industry that you can't do that in? Okay, welcome to bird dogging. You don't have to have the inventory. You don't have to have the money. It is literally every single deal. This is one of my favorite deals I own. Now, there is a point, by the way, that bird dogging no longer is worth your time. Okay? Do you think if I'm owning this property that makes me $53,000 a month, I really want to be bird dogging right now? I don't really bird dog.
Right.
I have a lot, but now I'm allocating. Now, like you get bigger jobs, you start getting more opportunity, right? You get a reputation. What happens is things come at you and you have to start saying no to the things. So this is one of my favorite quotes. Dean Graziosi texts this to me all the time. Saying yes will get you out of Egypt. Saying no will get you to the promised land. Okay? So if you're biblical, you remember how Joseph got out of Egypt. He freed the slaves and all these people. You have to say yes to an opportunity. So bird dogging, you say yes to any opportunity in the beginning. You start getting bigger, you have to start saying no. And so I want to get bigger. I have to say no to the things that got me to where I'm at now to focus on the new opportunities that I didn't have available to me. Not because I didn't know how to do them, Trevon, but because I didn't deserve to know how to do them. Bird dogging is a way to deserve higher level training.